Hey guys, my name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking all about Arsenal. Christian Norgaard has signed. He's official now. They've announced him. He's a new Arsenal transfer, which is great. Similar to Kepa, he's brought in to add squad depth. Obviously, it's Brentford's captain, which is cool. He's got 6 or 7 years experience in the English game. A few years now in the Premier League as well, so it's Premier League proven. Did very well last season. Scored his most goals in a season in his whole career. So yeah, defensive mid, obviously. Probably a Jorginho replacement to come in to shore up their defence. But he's very good in the goal front as well. He's very good at set pieces. He's very good at scoring. So adds a little bit of attacking depth as well. He said he's used to be an attacking player. Now he's a bit more a defender, but he can still kind of do both, which is cool. Which means that we can, he can be in Declan Rice's position and further forward, or he can be in Zubimendi's position, which is further back. But they all seem to be interchangeable. They're all going to be changing around. You're never really going to know who you're going to be defending against. And like I said, he's the captain. He knows how it is to be a captain in the Premier League. He's a good purchase in my opinion, cheap as well. On the older side, but like I said, we only need him for a few years, 2 or 3 years, which is enough in my opinion. So we're doing really well in terms of squad depth. We've got a competent goalkeeper now that can cover Raya as and when. Didn't really have that last year. I think Kepa's going to play a lot more for us than Neto did. And yeah, like I said, we had to replace Jorginho. Jorginho was a really good player for us, to be honest with you, and he was always going to be a bit tough to replace him. But I think we've done very well in that regard. He's of course going to be the new number 16 as well, which is cool. Yeah, like I said, I expect him to play a lot of times for us. Everyone's complaining about Arsenal transfers at the moment. It was clear from the very beginning that Zubimendi was going to be replacing Partey, who was obviously going to leave this summer, and then obviously, like I said, Norgaard's going to come in and replace Jorginho, which is great because Jorginho was a good squad player for us, and I think Christian Norgaard's going to do that for us as well. So, and if you're going to get a squad player who's 30, you want a club captain, a Premier League proven club captain, and he is that. So wicked, and the price is good as well. And again, number 16 shows that we're going to be playing him a lot, so which is awesome. So I'm very happy with that. Welcome to the club, Norgaard. And then we're going to bring into another topic, which is a controversial one. Is Noni Madueke confirmed that here we go from Fabrizio Romano that he's definitely going to become an Arsenal player. 52 million in total, apparently. Not straight away, but in eventuality, there'll be 52 million pounds on him. It's difficult with this one. At first glance, you think I don't want to buy any Chelsea player anymore. Why we keep buying Chelsea players? It's weird at this point. Very odd. Like, do we exist just to bail out Chelsea's monetary problem, or what monetary problems or whatever? I just don't know. But you look into him. He's young. He's a decent player. He was really good at PSV when Chelsea signed him. I think he's a good player. I think he could be a good player, and I think he's good enough to come in when Saka's getting tired in 78 minutes in the Premier League game. Bring him on just to rattle tired defenders. I think it's a good purchase. It's finally, after years. I mean, years and years and years. And we saw it last season when he got injured. Saka doesn't have an adequate replacement. He doesn't have adequate cover. Nelson was never it. And yeah, like I said, we never really had cover for him. So we do now. Whether he can cut it, we'll have to wait and see. But if he wants, he knows if he wants to take Saka's spot, he has to be as good as Saka, and that's a big ask. And if anything, it's a good motivational tool for him. So hopefully, he uses it and we do well. I mean, like I said, if we'd gotten Yorkeres already, if we'd gotten Eze already, and it was coming towards the last couple of weeks of the transfer window, and we decided to get Madueke for say 35 million, I think that would be pretty cool. To be honest with you, it's the fact that we're spending so much money on him, and we haven't got the others yet. We haven't got Yorkeres yet even, and that was supposed to be done by now. I feel like that's the timing's hurt a little bit. People are taking it way too far though. Messaging him and all that crap. It's so crap. I mean, it's the social media age now, isn't it? You're gonna get these weirdos that just do stupid stuff like that. It's not his fault. Like, of course, he's going to jump to Arsenal from Chelsea. Arsenal are two steps above Chelsea right now in terms of talent and process and how close they are to actually winning trophies. No, they won the Europa League now, but the Europa League's never been easier to win, so it doesn't really count for much. So yeah, like I said, he's obviously going to jump at the chance to play for Arsenal. Fair play to him. And I'm just going to fully trust Arteta on this one. I feel like it's an Arteta thing. Yeah, I think it feel like it wouldn't have happened without him pushing it. So I've got to trust him. We were wrong about Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz turned out to be a phenomenal player for us last season. So hopefully, Madueke can do the same. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, very controversial though. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. It's not official yet, so we have to wait for that. But here we go from Romano is as good as, in my opinion. So very controversial. But at the end of the day, you have to kind of support the players that you buy and hope that they do well, because that's all you can do really. And finally, I want to talk to you about Gabriel Hines, the new assistant coach. Obviously, he's replacing Carlos Cuesta. He's obviously gone to Parma, become their new senior team coach, which is awesome. Hopefully, he does really well over there this season, should I say. Hines seems competent enough. Former Man United player, but we won't hold that against him. Yeah, I think he does alright, and I think he's a good replacement. We need to replace Cuesta, obviously, and he's got arguably more experience than Cuesta has, so overall it's pretty decent. From what I've heard and from what I've read, he's a decent coach, so that's great. Obviously Arteta's asked for him specifically, and I think they have history. I'm not quite sure where, I can't remember where, but they do have history. They know each other apparently, so hopefully that's cool. Hopefully that helps, and yeah, hopefully Hines takes us to another level as well, because that's what we need right now. And the last thing I want to talk about is lots of rumours flying around now that Trossard's got an agreement with Fenerbahce, who haven't agreed with Arsenal right now. Apparently they're still organising. It looks like Trossard's the one that's going to go, which is it's mixed feelings. Trossard's been an absolute servant for the club. A brilliant signing, fantastic signing. He saved our asses a few times in the last year or two. Brilliant player. I'm never gonna say a bad word against him. I think if he'd gone into the season and plays with us this season, I wouldn't be against it. But always, Madueke can play out on the left if he needed to. Primarily, I think he's going to be on the right, but he can play on the left. We've got Martinelli, who I think Arteta really, really loves. I just can't see Arteta wanting him to go. I think Trossard's the one. If we do, God forbid, get Rodrigo from Real Madrid, I think Trossard's the one that's going to have to leave. We have to leave. We have to lose one of them, either Trossard or Martinelli, because we can't have three players that play out on the left playing at the club. So yeah, I think if Trossard does go in the next week or two before we get Rodrigo, it makes getting Rodrigo a lot more likely. Probably won't get that much money for him. He's over 30 now, so and it's not confirmed. So I only want to touch on it. I just feel like if he does leave, all the best to him. I think he's gonna kill it over there in Turkey. But if he stays, I'll be happy with that too. But if we don't get Rodrigo, I think that's an opportunity missed. So mixed feelings right now. But like I said, not pushing for him to go. He's getting a lot of abuse for some reason. Again, the online Arsenal fan base is a bit trash at times. But yeah, he's been an absolute brilliant servant for the club and done really well. Deserved a trophy, to be honest with you. And if he does leave and doesn't get one, obviously he deserved one. But just want to keep an eye on. I think that's got legs to it. A lot of people are reporting it. Romano hasn't said anything about it yet, but probably will do in the future. But anyway, let me know what you think about everything I've spoken about, especially the Madueke deal. Obviously, Norgaard coming in as well. What do you think of him? And yeah, I'll talk to you probably maybe middle next week if there's anything else that happens at Arsenal. In the meantime, have a good weekend and have a great time. And hopefully, like I said, pre-season starts soon as well. And we'll talk about that as well. So yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.